Welcome to National Train Day. Here at the Brattleboro, Vermont station, we have been enjoying the festivities, learning about information about the railroad lines that are going to be upgraded, and having a good time. So welcome to National Train Day here in Brattleboro, Vermont, May 7th, 2011. National Train Day is an event that happens all over the country. Train stations everywhere are celebrating, and so we here in Brattleboro are joining. Glad you can join us in this manner through the camera. We've been having a nice time learning about the railroad here in Brattleboro and the upgrades that are coming. I am Christopher Parker. I'm Vermont Rail Action Network Executive Director. So this event here came about as lifting up of the value of train service in the community. What it does for us as travelers who take the train, and also what it does for the community in terms of boosting economic development and improving our environmental footprint. So what happens here on this train is that not only are we going somewhere, but we're being linked to the economic and cultural centers of the Northeast, New York and Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. That has consequences for our town. One thing that we are proud of is that we have received, in Vermont and also Massachusetts and Connecticut, have received grants to fix up the railroad tracks that we're standing next to here. So the railroad tracks now have joint bars on them, and they make the clickety-clack sound. And so if you stand by the tracks, the train, you can hear as it runs over. By October, the joint bars are going to be gone, and there's going to be entirely new rail on this line. That will allow the trains to go faster. And going faster is nice for us. It's also nice because we're that much closer to New York City. And so when people decide if they're going to come to Brattleboro or go visit the Poconos or something, they'll choose us more often. So, there's money involved here. We're also here to lift up the radio station, WVEW, that lost its studio in the Brooks House fire. We are happy to partner together. Both the radio station and the railroad are community assets that make our town a better place. So it's a natural match. A couple things that are happening in the railroad world that are worth knowing about. I mentioned the new rails. That's going to take perhaps an hour off of schedule to New York City. On the other end of the line, we're looking at extending this train all the way up to Montreal. That depends upon resolution of border issues. And our delegation, Leahy and Welch and Sanders, have been working on resolving the Department of Homeland Security border issues to get the train into Montreal. Once that happens, that gives us 2 ways to go, not only down south, but up to Quebec, and furthermore it allows the Quebecers, and there are more of them than us, to come here and spend their money. So if you wanted to ride this train, you can do that. You can find out more information at amtrak.com or 1-800-USA-RAIL, and you can make a reservation. They don't sell tickets here, they'll mail you a ticket, or you can buy a ticket from the conductor on board if you speak to an agent from the phone number. And of course, taking the train is, it's the road less frazzled. It gets you there in relaxed shape, and you have your time to yourself instead of looking at brake lights. So you can get some work done or sleep even, imagine that. And our website, the Vermont Rail Action Network, is railvermont.org, all spelled out. And at railvermont.org you can sign up for newsletter updates and find out what the latest is on railroads in Vermont. The Vermont Rail Action Network exists as an advocacy group. Advocacy groups like environmental organizations, same idea. We lift up the cause of railroads in Vermont and make sure that elected leaders know that it matters. And since transportation in our society is funded through government means, it matters that the leaders and politicians hear from us. And as a result, we hopefully get better train service. So that's why we exist, is for better train service. So here we are, enjoying National Train Day. We have displays up on the walls here. We have food available. Marshall Patton is the station caretaker here, relaxing after working hard, and he's the man who welcomes you when you come to this train station. We have things for kids, as you can see, engineers' hats, and we've got coloring books. And way over there in the distance is a train simulator that the kids are using. It's on the computer, and it allows kids to try their hand at driving a train, which is actually a little harder than you might think. So up on the wall here we have some displays of things of interest. The big one is how rail helps the Vermont economy. So people move and they build and they hire on the basis of all kinds of community assets, but of course railroads are one of them. So the pictures show different aspects of the contribution of rail to our economic life in Vermont. Just an example, somebody I know, we retired in Vermont because there was a railroad train to take us to New York. So I know a number of people for whom that's true. The ability to get somewhere without having to drive is what makes the difference between one place to another for retirement. So it's to our benefit. We have a lot of kids today. We have rail buffs. We have just people who wanted to come down and see what was going on. And of course, we have the radio station and the community as a whole. The reverser, it's like the gear.
Oh, okay. So now we're going forward.
That has to be forward, and then the brakes have to be off. Okay. So the brakes are off, and then just throttle up the engine.
Alright, you want to do the throttler? Here, press what he's doing. There.
So see, now you're moving. And then you can change.
We're going slow.
Oops.
Want to do that one? Oh, you may not.
Okay.
Come to others' engineer's cab on the run.
You can change the view, so you can go to an outside view by pressing the button, or you can go back inside.
Should we go outside or inside? No, we can't do that one right now.
You can't go inside when you're already inside.
When the train's moving.
Yeah, if you're already inside, you can't go inside.
All right.
And then if you want to be complicated, you could work the switches, and there's free cars you can pick up, and that's another level.
Yes, I think that's maybe an older kid's level. Look at this. Where's the train going, Arch?
So this is actually Springfield, Vermont. This particular route is from the 1950s and 1960s. It's an actual railroad that ran to Springfield, Vermont.
It must be in the fall, huh?
So this shows you that you're going 52 miles an hour, and the speed limit's 25 miles an hour. So you're
we're
speeding.
going too fast. Okay, press the slower one instead. Let's slow down a little bit.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this one.
Oh, what did he do? Did he honk the horn? You want to try it? Press the long one. That is cool.
So to go slow, it's a combination of not having the throttle on and using the brakes.
Okay.
But that's also maybe another
The
level
brakes,
of
we
sophistication.
might need to slow down. Now, what's the difference between locomotive brake and train brake?
So if you were to have a train of cars, which of course you don't right now.
Oh, we just have a locomotive now.
Right, but if you were to have a train of cars, then you have an air brake that runs the length of the train that puts the brakes on.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to stop a train, you need brakes on all of the cars.
Okay, now we got the brakes on. Oh, they're going across the river.
He's the director, executive director of Vermont.
Now we're slowing down a little bit.
What's your name again?
Robert Baldwin. I'm the master of our Brattleboro Lodge here.
You want to honk the horn again?
Breakfast
Can you press the horn again?
Patting down some National Marshal some breakfast area.
All right, now let's take the brakes off so we can go a little bit faster. Can we make it go faster?
Did a little community breakfast.
Good.
Hello, I'm here to support WBEW, Brattleboro's community radio station. I'm a disc jockey as well. I love the station. I love having a show on the air, and I enjoy the other programs as well. Particularly, well, there are many, but Democracy Now! Is so important to my day. I try to listen to Amy and Juan at 5 o'clock every day, if possible. And it's wonderful to have a community radio station which is an alternative to the very homogenized packaged radio that is the usual fare on the radio dial. We have This Show Is So Gay, Monkey and Mama Show, the Blue Monday Show, Cam's Carousel. My show is Soundscape International World, Art Talk, many other shows. Fantastic. So, in any event, I hope you listen. And I hope you enjoy yourself when you're listening to WBW 107.7, Brattleboro's independent, diverse voice on the radio. Okay.
Hi, my name is William B., and I'm a new DJ on the Brattleboro Community Radio. I didn't actually get a chance to start my show. I was going to start at the beginning of May, and then the fire at the Brooks House happened. Right now I'm helping organize fundraisers and be part of an outreach group to try to get some funds to get our station back on air. You can definitely check us out on our website, wbw.org, and you can even sign up to become a DJ. And we'd love some support and love some help, so definitely come out and check us out, and you'll get updates for when our next meeting is going to be. And when we do finally get back on the air, my show is going to be on Wednesday nights at 7, and my name is William B. And I look forward to seeing you out in the public, and look forward to talking to you. You can call into the show. 246-6107 is our number. I'm not sure if that's going to change, but we'll let you know if it does.
So here we are again. Yesterday evening I was having a conversation with Maria at Gallery Walk, and I was telling her about this event that we were going to be participating in, meaning the radio station WVW were going to be collaborating with National Train Day. We have Christopher Parker, who is the coordinator of Vermont of this event, and we have Marshall, who is actually the station master. That's Marshall there. So we have a wonderful turnout of some of the DJs this evening who have come out in support of this effort. We have Chandra, her show is Monkey and Mammal. We have Lynette, who is Lady L. We have, I think I see Stephen. I'm seeing Ross there, one of the original guys who found the builder of the station. Single-handedly, a real trooper. And I'm sure in our rebirth he will be there and working with us again and helping us put it together to make this effort. We wanted to use this opportunity. It's Saturday, people are about town, and we wanted to use this opportunity to just do what we can to help bring awareness and raise some funds for the radio station. So I came out with my t-shirts, my own line of t-shirts that I actually designed, and whatever sales we do, I will make a contribution to the radio station. Chandra did organic stuff. We are both vegetarians, so I can eat that. Lady L decided to offer massages, and from that she would also make a contribution to the radio station this evening. And I can say that I think so far we're doing pretty good. One of the other purpose of being here this evening is to have people sign up to become new DJs, new hosts. So even though we're not on the air right now, we are still promoting ourselves and asking people if they would want to have a new show. And then we would take them through the process, because within a few months from now, we will be fully alive, fully emerged, WVW. Once again, we will be back on the air as your community radio station.
This is Lady L, volunteer DJ for Brattleboro Community Radio, WVEW 107.7 FM on the dial. Hope to be back on the air soon. My show is Lunch Lift with Lady L, noon on Thursday, 12 to 1. And we are taking donations to get back on the air. We're here at the railroad station today, getting some information out to the community, and we appreciate your support. Please listen to us online, www.wvew.org, streaming on the web until we get back on the airwaves.